Hey guys and gals, welcome to this week's pre-foreclosure daily grind tip of the week. Chris the Drummer Bowles, Bob LaChance. First of all, it's Chris's birthday today. So we got after we're done this video, we're gonna drink. We're gonna go out and have a couple drinks. I think.
Yeah.
We good with that?
Couple shots.
Couple shots. But anyway, this week's pre-foreclosure tip of the week, we have at least 3 tips today. We're going to go over number 1, how to deal with banks or lenders that are small-time lenders, and a deal that we actually went through right now and are going through that it's going to be very, very important for you to listen to. Number 1. Number 2, some updates within the Equator system, where now we have Bank of America negotiators going to Chris to see what's going on in the system. It's actually a funny story, and also listen to the updates. And finally, third and lastly, Chris, what was that last one?
We were going to talk about a deal that will be closing up next week for us here in
East Hartford.
Yep, making sure to buy extra time on it, and
buy an extra time in the HUD. And this is actually really, really important because Chris did some special things here, some really, really, really cool things to make sure we bought an extra 2 weeks on time so the bank doesn't close the file.
Yeah.
Really cool. So number 1, Chris, talk a little bit about what's going on with these small-time investors right now.
Yeah, basically, we're working on one right now that's out western half of the state of Connecticut, where we're out of, and
a nice area.
Exactly, and this is an interesting property. The loan right now, the payoff on it's up around $500,000. The market value, though, because of the condition of the property, is about half of that. And so what we're kind of working through right now, we've got a full market offer on this property.
Property was listed too.
Right. And so what we're working through right now is trying to get the bank, because they're deciding, believe it or not, on whether or not they are going to accept a full market offer in favor of taking the property back and putting a little bit of their own money into it and reselling it themselves, because they think they might make more money that way.
Yeah, right now they're calling the homeowner and offering a deed in lieu right now. So what they're doing, they're actually analyzing the background, saying, hey, if we put $100,000 of our own money back into this property, are we going to end up making more money?
Right.
So that's something you guys could always, always look out for, especially when you're dealing with the smaller lenders.
Yeah, banks are always going to try to recover as much money as they can. That's what the definition of loss mitigation is. And just know, though, because we're automatically going to think that they're going to look to do that by way of maybe a loan mod or a short sale, but they might throw a little curveball at you like this.
As a rehab.
Right.
But typically it's not the bigger lenders out there.
Right.
Look for that at smaller lender level.
Right.
Bank of America, Chris, what's going on with there, and how and why we have negotiators calling you?
About a week ago, this is on the Equator short sales, they changed the process a little bit now, such that when you go through and you submit your offer, you complete that task, you upload the contract itself, and then upload the HUD and all that good stuff, what they'll do is they do their BPO, and then when that stuff comes back, if they somehow mystically think that offer is not high enough, what you'll see on Equator, so look out for this, is to be sent backwards in time to the task of submitting the offer again, which is like the second or third task you need to complete. If you see that, what you need to do is call into the short sale support department and request for a manual review. So that then what they'll do is they'll inform the negotiator, you need to revisit this thing.
So what they do in the background is they send it through some computerized valuation system, and it'll shoot out a X amount of value. And if they look at that and their investor behind the loan has Y percentage that they'll accept,
right,
they'll automatically decline it.
Right. So good rule of thumb here then, good practice for if you have to do a manual review, is make sure you have constant contact with the negotiator. Upload repair estimates, comparables, any other good information you have, and like I said, keep in constant contact with the negotiator, so that hopefully not only will the negotiator make sure to look at that evidence, but they'll also hopefully at least give you a heads up if the offer is still not adequate, because what they're supposed to do is just nix it right on the spot.
Okay.
And so if you can get them going, get them talking, maybe they'll let you know so that you at least have a second opportunity.
Also, know right away, this is another tip, Chris, we forgot to include. If you're making an offer as an LLC, their typical thought process is, hey, this is an investor's lower offer. That's why we believe that they added in that little step there. So just make sure you guys do know that. Okay?
Right. And the cool thing is that those negotiators didn't really know exactly what was going on either, and so I was able to get the info for them and let them know. So
yeah. So you talked to 2 negotiators this week saying, hey, Chris, think you got an email while we were out to lunch. It said, Chris, thank you for letting us know what happened with the Equator system. So that's good. All right, finally, Chris, let's talk about the property in East Hartford right now and how we actually got the acceptance letter extended a couple times, and how we got a phantom second mortgage that came in the last, was it second mortgage or lien?
No, just a judgment.
It was actually a judgment
Yeah.
lien that came in on the last second, how we actually got that discounted and made enough room on the HUD to make sure we took care of that.
Yep, exactly. Came in like 2 days ago, which was awesome. Surprise. And
And the closing's supposed to be this week, so
Right.
that kind of stinks, but
Right.
you'll deal with that.
yeah, exactly. But the original lead was 7,900. Getting them down, we got them down to 1,800 now. And in the process of going through, and working, sending in my prelim HUDs and negotiating with the first here, and getting the second extension I got, what I made sure to do was I made sure to ask for an extra couple weeks when I got this most recent extension, because
I'm going to stop you right there. Why do we always ask for more time to close than an attorney or title company will tell us that we need?
oh yeah, I was just about to say that, man.
There you go. Why do we do that?
Well, because we've been in the business for a good while. We've done several hundred short sales. We know it. We know.
Yeah. So always know the takeaway in that one though, what Chris was trying to say there. It's his birthday today. We got to let him off the hook today.
Yeah.
No, but what Chris's point was that make sure you always ask for more time due to the fact that obviously buyer's finance coming in is always
There's always
shaky.
going to be additional stuff at the last minute, always. And the other thing is too is that sometimes those last minute things can be financial things, and so I always look to kind of pad the property taxes a little bit to give us a little extra room. And in this case, like I said, 1,800 is what this judgment lien's taken.
Yep.
I built in about $3,000 in extra as a buffer there, so that now, I can go back to B of A and not only say, listen, we've already got this thing released, but we're only talking $1,800. You
So
guys are still making more.
Pad your preliminary HUD-1 settlement statement so you could leave a little room for whatever comes in last. Who knows? Something could happen.
Yep.
But anyway, also check out finersolution.com. We're actually rolling it out, Chris, this weekend.
Excellent.
Okay? Whole new page. It's a small business workspace. Manage your websites, manage your contacts, manage your whatever you want to manage.
Whatever you want to manage.
Everything, scheduling, you name it. Check it out, finersolution.com. Chris Drummer Bose, Bob Lachance getting back to it this week's pre-foreclosure tip of the week.